Today, we are tackling the burning question that every creator is probably wondering right now: should I be using AI? And if AI is the secret weapon, because we're always looking for the secret weapon or the thing that's going to propel us the most, the quickest, right? That you've been searching for. And so we're going to dive into the world of AI and explore its potential for you. And I want to let you know too that I'm going to reveal a unique tip that I recommend you using to use AI effectively. So you won't want to miss that. It's at the very end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. And if you've ever been curious about whether AI should find a place in your toolbox, you are in the right place today. So, AI. It blew up in 2023, in January really of 2023, when ChatGPT came around. But I want you to know that AI is not a new thing. I feel like at that moment, everybody was so excited about AI, telling everyone that they're missing out on this opportunity, where if you took a step back, you would have noticed that AI was already around you in so many different areas. There was actually already tools out there. One in particular, well, there's a couple in particular, but one that I was using before ChatGPT was Jasper. And they were just paid services that you could use to use AI, which AI is an artificial intelligence. So it helps you do things that you normally would take longer for you to do. Think of it that way. So we're going to answer the question, should you be using AI? And again, wait till the end because I'm going to share one more tip on how to use it effectively. So, should you be using it? I'm going to ask a question back to you to help you answer this question personally, because everybody's going to have a slightly different answer, but I do feel like there is an answer that you should be answering in particular. Is, would you like more time in your day to complete things you want to do? And I'm going to assume that you're answering yes. Who doesn't want more time in their day to complete more things, to get more things done? And if you're saying yes, which I'm assuming that you are, AI, artificial intelligence, can help you free up your time. Now, I say it can help because it can also be a time suck. It's like anything that helps you be more productive. If you're not careful, it can take over. So, yes, you should be using AI, but you need to be utilizing it correctly to let it be the magic tool in your toolbox that helps you with everything. Now, I'm going to hurry and just kind of give you some reasonings of why you should be using AI, just because that's what we're explaining is, should you be using it? So we're going to go over some of those reasons why you should be. Now, number one of my favorite ways to use AI is with automation. And one of my favorite tools that does this is a tool called Zapier. I know I've talked about it before if you've been around here for a while. And so I could take the rest of this episode and go into it in just a little bit of detail, but we're not going to do that because that's going to take us away from the topic of today. So if you're interested in learning more about Zapier, be sure to look in the show notes below. I'll link some up for you. That way you can easily find some information about Zapier that I have shared. Another thing that AI does is it quickly analyzes a large amount of data to uncover insight that can be beneficial to you. And I want to specify this a little bit more in detail because it analyzes a lot of information for you. So it's basically like a search engine on steroids. That's how I kind of look at it. But it depends on the input that you are using for it. Now, there are tools out there. Most of us right now have really heard about ChatGPT, But there are tools out there, and Jasper is one of these, that has built-in templates already where you just have to plug in little bits of data, and then it gives you outputs that you're looking for. But the Chat GTP is really a chat, and so it is based off of the prompts, what you're asking it to generate for you, but also it depends on what you're giving the chat in the first place. So that is something that's very important. I am going to go into more in depth with Chat GTP in a few more episodes. We're going to kind of do a couple more things with Chat GTP. I want you to see how it can be a really big benefit to your workflow as a creator. But it also, you want to be careful that you're not losing your creativity with it. So that's something that you do need to know. It will help you with large amounts of data, but you need to make sure that you're not losing your creativity, because that's why you started this in the first place. It can help you, AI can help you with brainstorming ideas, coming up with titles and descriptions. And I will tell you, this to me is a game changer. It is so cool that I can ask it to generate like a pin description for me based off of content that I've already created and information that I give it, and it automatically shoots it out without me having to try to think about it and go, because you know what? I'm honest time here. I struggle at starting from square one when it comes to writing. I can think of ideas really easily in the sense of like projects that I want to do. But if I have to sit down and think of, okay, what would be a good catchy title for this? That is where I struggle. Also in descriptions, it's going to take me a long time. But with this tool of AI, what it allows me to do is quickly get responses, and then I can quickly tweak it. And that is the thing that I look at as AI as being the tool to get you started in your creation process. A lot of people are using it from start to finish and they're not tweaking it whatsoever. They're copying, pasting whatever it says. That is not how I recommend using it. I recommend using it as the tool to help you generate your own ideas. So use it as your brainstorming place, use it to get you started, to get the brain juices flowing, and then tweak it to how you would say it, tweak it to add some extra language in there, clarify some things, but it can be a very good place to start for you. Another thing that AI does, and this is something that I have really noticed, is that it helps reduce the cost of time. And so that's what we were talking about. If you want to free up your time, then you need to use AI because it's going to help speed up that production time. I just gave you an example of it helping me come up with titles way faster than I can. And it could also help you come up with scripts to help you get started on how you should start outlining stuff. There's so many endless possibilities with it, especially as a creator, but you just need to make sure you're giving things the right prompts with it or using the right tools, the right AI tools in particular. Because AI is so big, there is so many possibilities with it, so many tools out there. We cannot go over everything today. I just wanted to share with you the 4 main reasons why you should be using it in your workflow today, because there are tools out there that can help you generate quick videos. There is tools out there to help you generate some other things. And I want to hurry and give you my number 1 tip on how to use AI effectively. And this is more specifically for Chat GTP because it has exploded. And so I want to make sure that you are utilizing it correctly. Again, I will tell you, I am going to be doing a full video on using Chat GTP and getting the most out of it. But I want to give you this 1 tip just to get you started for today. And that tip is you need to think of it as a person sitting right by you. So let's say ChatGPT is sitting right here by me. And so what I'm going to be doing is this is the person that's helping me come up with a solution. Think of it as your unpaid, unless you're paying for the service, your unpaid employee. And so it's going to help you come up with solutions. It's only going to give you the best output based on your information. So give it as much details as you can and keep asking questions. Now, a good example of this to make this tip just seem a lot more friendly and useful for you is, let's say for this example, I am doing this AI yes or no, because I took it to Chat GTP and I asked it to help me. And so, what I normally start with is I'm looking to create a podcast episode for 2 Feet First Entrepreneur and a YouTube video on should I be using AI as a creator? Can you help me come up with keywords I should focus on with this topic that will help creators and entrepreneurs find the content? So that is an example of something that you could use it for, is to help you start generating some keywords. And then I do recommend going back and doing your keyword research as well with it. And I have a video on how to do that easily, so I'll link to that below. But then the next thing I do is please write. And I talk to it like a human. Like, a lot of people would probably be like, write to this. I like to talk like I'm going to be writing. So it's like this person sitting next to me. Can you please write 5 compelling YouTube titles about this idea that will hook a content creator into viewing the content? Each title should be under so many characters long. And then I send it out. And guess what? Chat GTP gives me stuff. And if I don't like it, I say, hey, that's not really what I'm looking for. Can you help generate some new ones more along this line? And guess what? It's going to pop out more for you. So it's just like this conversation that you're having back and forth with this AI. And so that is the biggest tip that I have for you, is think of it as a person, and a person that's coming into it not really knowing a lot of stuff. And so you have to give them the information that they need to be effective and succeed at what you're asking them to do. So remember that when you're using Chat GTP. And like I said, I will be sharing a full YouTube video on this. I feel like we all need to see some of this stuff in the works and see how it works. So if you're curious about that, be sure to head over to my YouTube channel, where you can find more information on all that. And then, like, the one that I'm going to be doing, because this is kind of important. I was looking at my notes and I almost skipped over this, is one that I'm going to be sharing is how I write a blog post in less than 5 minutes for using a YouTube video. So what I do is I create the YouTube video, and then I use some AI services to create this blog post based off of that. And all I have to do is go in and kind of tweak a little bit. So it's really awesome. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in that. And so we're going to hurry and quickly sum up this episode. Yes, you should be using AI, and it's not going anywhere. So don't think, oh, I'll just wait, this will go away. It's not going anywhere. Make sure you are using this tool right now and helping it improve and helping yourself improve to make you be able to use it the most effectively. You don't want to look back and say, oh, I wish I would have started it a while ago. Just start it today. And I personally don't think that you should be copying and pasting it word for word. I think that you should be taking what it's giving you as a starting point and adding your own personal touch into it. And then you can send it back to it and ask it for, how does this sound? And it'll give you input and feedback if you need to add more things. So use it as kind of like a copy editor too. So don't think that you're stuck with whatever it generates to you. You can tweak things around. And with that, I just want you to remember that people want real and not fake. And you can use this tool to help you improve your content. And I hope you see the benefit of it. If not, stick around for the next few episodes, because we're going to go in more detail with AI. And until then, I'll see you next time.